Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show, training our horses and miniature cows in ranch versatility. Penning Rusty and Susie, our bull and heifer. Roping Rusty with Morgan horse, Semi. Training Eve to drive cart. Training Eve to work over her haunches with a motor cow simulator. Training Eve to lay down. Training Eve to harness, pull a log. Training Semi to harness, pull a log on turf. Liberty jumping to music with our horses who are our partners. Training Eve on a cow roping simulator. Training on our driveway, which is covered by sand, so we have a straight track. Stepping over poles, jumping over crossbar jumps. Training in our trail obstacles course. Sadie doing obstacles without rein control. Training miniature zebu bull Rusty to pull and implement. More preparation at SCCHA. All right, she seems to be settling down a little bit, but not giving us the attention we'd prefer. Alicia, I'm going to try this megaphone just to see what she says about the echo of a megaphone. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me?
You bet. Doesn't seem to be a problem.
All right. An acquaintance of mine tried to drive her very wonderful Morgan gelding at the SAC Expo Morgan demonstration last year, and she said everything was fine except the echo in the Sundowner Arena.
Check it here.
If you can simulate elsewhere, yes. Now, see what we're trying to do. Here in this very safe, large arena, we're taking Sadie, Eve's daughter, to the other end of the length. Can we keep Eve's attention and respect? Ever since I was interviewed and broadcasted on RFD TV, I've gotten emails from people who have horses, young horses, older horses, that apparently are not respectful of their owners. And so I'm being asked, how do I get their respect? And there's no straightforward answer. There are techniques to use. They are used sometimes in some situations and work sometimes in some situations and with some horses. What you need is your grab bag of techniques. You need to do things in small steps, know what the prerequisite skills are, know what the stresses are, the stress levels of your horses, and slowly gain their confidence and their focus. That is why, at this moment, we are simply lunging Eve here in this small circle with a 10-foot cotton lead line, while Sadie, her daughter, is all the way at the other end. Can we get Sadie to give Rosie respect? Now, Sadie came out here a couple days ago with Semi, my 6-year-old Morgan, and Sadie was just fine. As a matter of fact, when Eve was calling out to Sadie earlier today, when Rosie was trying to find and sign the release she needed to be on these grounds, Rosie said that Sadie was fine. Called out a couple times, and that's that. It's Eve, her adult mommy, her 9-year-old mommy, that showed all the stress. Even though Sadie's been weaned from Eve for over a year now. Herd behavior. I try my hardest as a barn owner and a herd owner to provide comfortable herd behavior opportunities and grazing opportunities for my Morgans. But what happens when I want to go places and only take one or two of them? What happens? Well, you're seeing on this SCCHA prep show what is happening. And we're seeing what we need to work on every opportunity we have before winter. There we go. Eve's looking much better. Eve is trained to lead next to a person, not in front of a person, not way behind a person, but coming into this arena, she was so right-brained, you couldn't even see her training. She just wasn't following the rules that we have made her comfortable to follow at Minmore Farms. Okay, now we're going to show you Eve moving her shoulders, her front end, with a crossover. She has been trained to do all of this at home, but it took us a while to get her attention. There you go. And my tripod is not really good. I'm going to make sure I bring a better one next time I go places. Now she's apparently looking at something far away, not paying attention to her handler, Alicia. And Alicia won't tolerate that. There you go. There you go. Now, if you place yourself about at her drive line, or where the cinch would be, and with your lead rope, indicate with the tail of your lead rope that you want her to do that same thing with her back end. Yeah. She should be able to do it.
She can. She's very good with her back end.
We work on, yes, we work on haunches movements all the time because my Morgan horses are versatile and they have to work with cows and cow simulators, so they need to be able to work over their haunches. And that movement that you just got her so readily to do, that is your most safety movement of all. If a horse is crossing over like that in their back, it's been said on RFD by a number of trainers, they cannot rear, they cannot run, they cannot buck. So if you can get them to push button cross over like that in the back, that's your best safety feature. Now Eve is all the way at the other end of the arena. Sadie is here being saddled for a little bit of arena work, and we're past, I believe, the stress that we showed you earlier in today's session. We've got focus with both horses. Rosie wants to work with Sadie just briefly here in this big arena. Last time when Sadie was here, there were a lot of other horses. Eve, being her first time out in probably a year, all we want her to do is what she's doing now. Ambling down the arena, keeping the position where she's supposed to be when she's got a handler. It's all right to be curious, to be looking around. We just don't want stress, and we do want softness. We do want focus. And we want respect out of our partners, who are our horses. Clips of Jerry kart driving at SCCHA. Okay, here we are at Santa Cruz Horsemen Association, and there's a pony pulling a cart down the driveway. Now this gentleman took that pony and walked her around with her harness on, but I think she was ground driving, maybe even leading the whole perimeter of this SCCHA grounds, which is a very good idea. Now he's driving her around. Here he goes. He's way over near Henry Cowell Park. He's working that pony at quite a brisk trot into the the yellow turf area, I call it, because it's not irrigated. It's not the least bit green at this time of year, but look at that. A little bit of stress on that pony's mouth, but isn't that fun to see? Isn't it wonderful to do? This is Jerry driving his pony. Look how nice that harness is. Jerry is a harness maker, and he does trailer repair as well. He's local to Santa Cruz County. Very nice harness with britchin. Very nice pony. Patiently waiting with excitement to pull a cart. From a distance, I'm showing you Rosie working with Sadie in the arena all by herself, which is a nice opportunity to have Sadie give Rosie complete focus in light of the fact that they're in a giant arena and could be distracted by many, many things. There she is. And there is her mom, Eve, in the trailer, waiting. Not so patiently, however. I'm having to keep an eye on Eve. She really is concerned that she can't see Sadie. She really is concerned that Sadie isn't in the trailer next to her. But how else to deal with this kind of problem but to habituate them to it? You can see that Eve is objecting. But I do have the trailer tie on with a quick release if absolutely necessary. This is my 2-horse step-up aluminum trailer that I've kept in really good condition these past 9 years. So I trust it can handle the power of a stressed horse. And although I would much prefer to show Eve how to be more patient in these circumstances some other way, to my knowledge, this is the best way at this time. And she's standing nice now. Here is Sadie again. Really a good opportunity today to work her in this very big arena at SCCHA, Santa Cruz County Horsemen Association grounds. And Sadie seems to be focused on what Rosie is asking her to do. Last time Sadie was here, a few days ago, she even got to go outside the arena and deal with some of the cross-country jumps outside the arena, deal with the traffic noises along Graham Hill. There were a lot of people in the arena that day, so we only did a little bit of habituating on that day. Today we're doing much more. Here comes the pony out of the dressage arena, and over there at the tree line is Henry Cowell Park and miles of trails. Okay, this pony hasn't been out in about 6 months. Right now she's tied to the side of the trailer with the cart hitched to her. I've never done that, Jerry.
I do it all. Usually, when I was working her regular, I could park her like that with nothing. Just drop the lead and let her stand.
Yeah.
But she's kind of fussy today. That's her son on the other side of the trailer.
I see. Yeah, they were calling to each other.
Yeah, and her daughter of 13 years ago left home yesterday.
Oh.
So she's kind of concerned about people leaving.
No.
And I think that's what part of her fussing is because she normally isn't this vocal. Pretty quiet.
Well, I got some good footage of her, and you're okay on Community People in Santa Cruz and up on the internet?
I guess.
Whoever.
It's not a real pretty sight, but...
No, it is beautiful. As a matter of fact, that's what I said, how beautiful it is. Very seldom have I had the opportunity to take any footage of anybody in cart here.
If it was going to be videoed, I'd have brought my fancy show harness.
Well, maybe we'll do a follow-up show, and I'll be in touch with you by email on that one.
Okay.
Sammy practices keyhole at Minmore Farms.
The day before the Gymkhana at SCCHA Showgrounds tomorrow, we have never practiced keyhole with Semi. So, Semi's my 6-year-old Morgan. Rosie knows Semi real well and vice versa. So, Rosie's going to see if she can guide Semi into the keyhole at the various paces. First walk, then jog, then even elope. And see if we can get a haunches turn at the end of the keyhole without stepping on the lines of the keyhole. Each horse has their best side, so you can kind of, as you're practicing, notice where you get the best turns, whether it be railroad track circle turns or haunches. Here she goes at a jog. That was a haunches turn. All right, Semi does spin. We're still working on it though. Let's see if we can get, you want to do it a jog again, or are you ready? Yeah, jog again. You may not be able to see the keyhole. I made it with chalk. Good, nice spin, but right there you got very, very close to where the keyhole got narrow. And that's, but you didn't touch it, nope. So I don't think Semi or any horse can see the keyhole, not the way I have it here with this purple-blue chalk, but if she can get the pattern, if Rosie can, yes, here we go, canter. Good hole, we want a haunches hole, and out you go, we have a chance, good! We have a chance to be competitive. Let's practice a few more times, and then we'll try to get some video tomorrow if the timing's right, if the attitude is right, if we can do it. We want to enter the keyhole race. This is going to be a gymkhana in the afternoon at Santa Cruz Horsemen. There you go. Yes, good transitions, getting them back out. I'd like to see that a couple more times, Rosie. Are you okay on trying it? Okay. We want that haunches stopped when you get to the end. We want the spin around 180 degrees and then the straight path out. Those are just basic movements. Good. Good. Again. And then try to get her to turn the other way this time. Okay, we're going to try to go to the left. Is that what you're going to do? All right. No, you went to the right. Oh, you went to the left the first time. Okay, let's do it again. Now, I'm going to tell you what's going to be different tomorrow. You're probably going to have a much longer straight path access because, you know, we're in a giant arena. So I'm wondering if you want to start maybe on the side of this arena, make a right-hand turn, and then go into the keyhole. You want to try that?
I could. I don't think that's the way it's done.
I don't either. I mean, I don't know, but we're making do here. I didn't make the keyhole out on my straight track on my driveway. And I don't think I'm going to today, but let's try to simulate as best we can.
I just don't know if that would simulate it very well.
Try to go a right-hand turn?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know if that's going to be like part of it.
Yeah.
I think what it's going to be harder is, well, I think what would be better practice is imagining that the straightaway of the keyhole is longer.
Yeah.
That's like,
okay, all right, to better simulate here in this medium-sized uncovered arena. Rosie's going to imagine that the straightaway of the keyhole is longer.
You gotta go straight. You know, gotta go straight in and gotta go.
Okay, straight in. Then when the circle is reached, yes, when the end of the circle is reached, good. Oh, nice. All right, but let's see. Okay, did she stop cantering or did you ask her to stop cantering? Okay, all right, let's again another time or two, and that's all we'll do today. I like those transitions. You do too, huh, Rosie? Yeah, she's doing well. Rosie's pleased.
It's all it's the same thing from cutting. It's the same movement. The fast start and stop and turn on the haunches.
Rosie's noting that it's very similar to when we do our cattle cutting. Fast start and stops and turn on the haunches. Yes. Almost. Almost.
No, that was my fault. I started to turn her one way when I was thinking like, oh man, I was going to turn her the other way.
Okay, Rosie feels that she was not clear on her signals there, starting to turn one way when she actually meant the other way. So, okay, let's do it again. We always want to stop on a good note. I love the transitions, though, today.
And she's really full of energy in like a good way, though.
She's full of energy in a good way, Rosie says.
Woohoo!
Almost. You need to go. Try to 180 more. She kind of did only a 90. All right.
I can feel it.
Yeah, Rosie could feel that. All right, so we want 180 if possible when you get to the end of the keyhole. Smooth transitions. We'll stop on a good note. Pretend like we've got a really long keyhole access right now. No anticipating. Wait for the cue, Sammy. That's what Rosie's saying. Yes. Sammy, I think Sammy's enjoying this, actually.
Oh, she is.
Yeah, she's a bit excited. But she's being reasonable. She's being responsive. She's being our partner.
So I want to be able to like turn her and face her here.
Okay, right now Rosie wants to turn.
And then
Set her up. Back up a little bit.
when I collect her, when I tighten my reins a little. tend to
Okay, now she's asking for a little bit of collection, some vertical flexion. Off we go. Good stop, all the way around. Yes. Yes, and out we come. Very nice. Good girl, Sam. Give her a little opportunity here to do what she's used to doing, which is circles, slope, jog, collection,
and walk.
then walk. Yes, and praise. Pressure's off. Lesson is done. We'll see how she does tomorrow, and I hope you'll see, because we'll try to show you. Sonia Sokolow, the Urban Cowgirl, saying goodbye for now.
The day of the schooling show at SCCHA.
And this is Rosie, who's on semi. And for the first half hour or so, she's just been first in hand walking around, next in saddle walking around. Did you do anything more than walking, Rosie? Tell us what's happening.
We did some trotting and some cantering, just circling and stopping and looking and walking and circling and stopping and looking. And yeah, she's being good. I'm just, looking at all the stuff, but she's being just fine.
Great. She's just a participant here. That's wonderful. That's what we're aiming for. Today we're developing them into horses that are willing to go places without being afraid. Alexis, can you tell us what 3-year-old Sadie's been up to?
Yeah, she's been really calm for the most part. There was one little thing where there was a horse, a really showy horse, big white horse. It was trotting out on the street, and the horse was trotting like over the fence somewhere, and that she was really kind of alarmed by that at first. Kind of wondering, maybe concerned for the horse's safety or something.
And how did she show her alarm?
She reared a little bit.
Did she? You mean like her front feet off the ground a little bit? We don't call that a rear. A rear is, yeah, right, a long ranger kind of rear. With a bunch of strange horses. And so don't make any assumptions about the horses. It's kind of like when you're driving down the road, don't make any assumptions about the drivers that are driving with you. Kind of ride defensively. Think about who might lose control doing what, right? Or who might have a horse that gets upset if you're a little bit too close, even though that horse is getting close to you. Keep yourself far enough distance away that you're being defensive. All right, well, there's been a change in schedule. We can't hang out here long enough to wait for all the games, so instead, Sammy is going to go into Trail Class T8, and Sadie is going to go into Trail Class T5. So I'll try to show you their development in those trail classes shortly. Looks like Alexis on Sadie is getting ready to go next into her trail class, which is a walk-jog class. Now Alexis has been studying the pattern as we were hanging out here. The horses have been calm, back legs cocked. We're far enough away from the traffic that's out there that the horses aren't stressed by traffic noises. But if you get close to those traffic noises, it can be stressful to horses that aren't used to it. Does she think about orange buckets, white, turquoise, yellow?
This is the last call for trail. Trail will be closing.
Rails on the ground.
By 1:45 in 7 minutes. If you're not signed up on...
doing this here at Santa Cruz Horsemen is going to give us an idea what to concentrate on next at Midmore Farms. As best we can simulate the obstacles here. If Sadie has any problems with them, give her a chance to practice at home. Even though it's at home, and quite a different task when you're at home. Looks like Rosie's about to start. She's pattern T8, which does involve some canter, some lope. There she goes, starting the pattern. Got a water truck going on here behind us, a lot of noise, distractions. Let's see if Semi can keep focus. Now, she has to back through those pails. We've been working on backing, but you can see there's a little bit of balking going on. There you go. He's a little bit concerned about this request. We'll practice that some more at home. It's easy enough to put some orange pails on the ground. A lot of exercises you can do at home on small properties to make your horses your partners. Rosie's laughing. And she's giving Semi praise. Okay, Rosie, can you tell us how it went with Semi? She got a lot of pats on her neck when you were all done.
I thought she did a great job. Yeah. I mean, she got a little bit excited. I mean, we canter over poles that are really close together on the ground, which people just want to jump over the whole thing. I can feel her bouncing over them. It was real cute. No, she was great. She stopped when I asked her to stop. It was a little. We hadn't done so much the at home or ever before, backing tightly around corners. So the fact that she did it pretty well was
yeah, she got a little bit stressed at that. Her front legs came up a couple inches, and what are you asking me to do? I think she was saying.
Also there was stuff happening, that water truck.
Exactly, I mentioned that.
But I thought she was good. She did the transition, came down to a walk, and her jog was nice. I mean, slow enough that I could do these
Shadrack Stables at Midmore Farms. Sadie and Eve. Semi, Rusty, and Susie. www.thesocolos.com